Jazakallah khair. Ustad, why do youth fall into atheism nowadays? Or they're prone to falling into atheism more so in these days?
Just so I can, the sisters get a question. So the brother's question was, why do people, Muslims, are falling into atheism nowadays, and why they're more prone to falling into atheism nowadays?
Like that ayah just said, وَلَكِنْ يَقْضِيَ اللَّهُ أَمْرًا كَانَ مَفْعُولًا. Things are by the qadr of Allah. And we know, as the Prophet mentioned, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, مَا مِنْ عَامٍ إِلَّا وَالَّذِي بَعْضُهُ شَرٌّ مِنْهُ حَتَّى تَلْقَوْا رَبَّكُمْ. Every year, with the passing of the next year, it's getting worse and worse and worse into Yawm al-Qiyamah. So we're living in the worst time known to Bani Adam. It's a tough time to be a teenager right now. It's a tough time to be unmarried right now. It's a tough time to be divorced right now. It's a tough time to be a Muslim right now. It's the worst time. It's going to get progressively worse and worse. And with the passing of each year, the soil is being prepared for the Dajjal to come out. Where if he came out, you would think if he said, I'm Allah, Ana Rabbukum A'la, you would think everyone in this message would say, get out of here, man. You're crazy, you're drunk. But when he comes out, the people who hear that are going to consider what he's saying, even from the Muslims. So why is atheism spreading? Atheism? The Prophet says, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, yadrusu al-Islam kama yadrusu washyu al-thawba, hatta la yudra ma salat, wa la zakat, wa la sum, wa la nusuk, wa yusra ala kitabillahi ta'ala fi laylatin wahidatin hatta la tabqa fi ayah. He said al-Islam is going to fade away the way a new thobe fades away. It'll go lighter and lighter and lighter, more rip, until the time comes where people won't even know, the Muslims, what is Salah, what is Zakat, what is Sawm, what is Hajj. And the Quran will be taken up in one night to the point where one ayat won't remain in the earth. When Yawm al-Qiyamah comes, people won't even say Allah, Allah. So atheism spreading amongst Muslims and other Muslims is sign of the times. Sign of the times. Atheism is spreading because it's a sign of the time. Another issue that is really important is that we ourselves many times are sleeping. Muslims are fighting, too busy fighting one another at the expense of what we're supposed to be doing. كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس تأمرون بالمعروف وتنهون عن المنكر وتؤمنون بالله. This is the best community brought forth for all of the people, because you make an amr ma'ruf and nahy anil munkar. But all we do is fight. I don't know if you guys saw those people from the Hanafi channel. All they do is refute Salafis. Salafis refute themselves. Everybody just refuting each other. This is what we're doing. So does that mean we should all be quiet? No, we have to make the truth known. But Allah Ta'ala has commanded us. وَلْتَكُمْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةٌ يَدْعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ. Let there be a group of you who are going to come forward and call to al-Islam, al-Khayr. So we've been lynching on that ground, in that regard. So many reasons, man. You got these people in democracy. It encourages atheism. It encourages it. These people who have nifaq. They claim that they believe in Islam, but I believe they believe in Allah. Jesus is kadhib. It's just a call. It's just something they say. بَلْ هِيَ كَلِمَةٌ هُوَ قَائِلُهَا. It's just kalam he's saying. And just as we are going to follow the Jews and the Christians and everything that they've done, we have those people who say we believe in Allah, but they're also liberal. The teacher, the sheikh himself, the teacher, he can't even say the truth. He's scared. We have a wedding. One of us has a wedding. I'm going to go to the wedding. And it's going to be my hukuma when I have this wedding in this masjid or whatever. It's Muslims, kuffar, don't have anything to do with it. But the vast majority of the women won't wear hijab. No one's forcing them not to wear hijab. There's ikhtilaf at the tables. 5 men, 6 women, 6 women, 5 men, like that. Music. The lady is walking down with a wedding gown that's white. You can see through it. And they're throwing rice on her. And the organ is playing. Here comes the bride, all dressed in white, and stuff like that. Everything that the kuffar do. And I can't decide. Should I go? Should I not go? We're supposed to be people who are Muslims. Islam is supposed to govern that wedding, the walima, what we're doing. So all of those things open up the door for an ilhad, and from an ilhad is atheism. And let me tell you something else, something that happened in Hajj. Sister was 32 years old. She grew up around Kufar. She went to Catholic school, private school. Like some of our kids go to public school. So every day in Catholic school she has to say, Hail Mary, full of grace, blessed is thou from amongst women, whatever the Catholic people say. And you do this stuff. The mother and the father let her just do it. They didn't stay on top of her. 32 years old, she come back to her religion. She's trying to pray. She go to Hajj this year. Didn't know at Hajj, at a certain time of the month, a woman is not supposed to pray. You would think that's ma'loom min ad-din bid-durura. Everybody knows that. Bedouin, new revert, she didn't know. She honestly didn't know. Why? Because her parents didn't teach her. She didn't grow up in the environment, learning religion. So if someone came to her and it was the right circumstances, why would she be an atheist? Muslim women are married kuffar men. Wallahi alladhi la ilaha ghayruh. The people asked me all the way back in February, would you please do our daughter's wedding? Sure, I'll do it. Where's the wali, the father? Where are the witnesses? Fulan and Fulan. What's the dowry? What's the dowry? I don't know the girl, I gotta ask her. Are you being forced? No, everything is there. It is now August. You asked in February. Come at the day of the nikah. The guy who's getting married is a white person. They say he's going to accept Islam today. He's going to accept Islam today. You asked me to do the wedding in February. You mean to tell me you wait until the day of the wedding to give him Islam? If he accepted Islam right then, could I marry him? That's my question to you guys. He accepted Islam. I gave him the Shahada. Can I marry him to that Muslim girl?
Yeah.
Yeah. You think so?
Yeah.
What do you guys think? I can marry him because he becomes a Muslim. But I refuse to marry him. And there's a surah in the Quran called Surah Al-Mumtahina, where you test the women to see if they're really Muslims when they come and you gotta test them. You just don't, just like that Romanian. I'm not against Romanians. I got a nice Romanian late neighbor. But the Romanian comes to you with hijab and a lady with Fi Sabilillah, Fi Sabilillah. It's Ramadan. I'm not going to speak to a nasty, but I say, okay, you're a Muslim, you're a Muslim. Give me 3 names of the Prophet's wives. I don't speak English, brother. But you were communicating with me a few minutes ago. So I test her to see if I'm going to give her the money. She should know 2 names of the wives of the Prophet, 1 name. You're just faking. You're not a real Muslim. Surah Al-Mumtahina. That's what Allah told us to do. If they come to you as mu'minat, muhajirat, famtahinuhunna, Allahu a'lamu bi imanihinna. Test them. So I didn't marry them because I know what kind of marriage that is. That's the marriage where he's going to remain. This lady was professional, husband professional, from where we come from. They made it. And this was their daughter's situation. I said, I'm not marrying them. And don't say, why am I Shadeed? You are Shadeed, and that you're trying to break your daughter's Islam. I'm trying to say, you're Shadeed, and that you're doing everything to destroy her, make her become an atheist, or something like that. So, my issue with Ikhwani, and I just have to say this, why is it that people are trying to practice, they always have to, LGBT, shoving it down our throats? I have to always be apologetic. When I go for the job and I don't shake hands, I have to say, sorry, no offense. I gotta apologize. I'm tired of apologizing. And that's what Allah told us in the Quran. لا تهنوا ولا تحزنوا وأنتم الأعلون إن كنتم مؤمنين. Don't be sad, don't be weak when you people have the upper hand if you truly believe. That doesn't mean be nasty and disrespectful to people, but why do we always have to be on the back foot, on defense all the time? Never want to be on a team, you always got to play defense. No sport, you want to play defense all the time. They even say the best defense is a good offense. Put them on defense. So some of this issue is a serious issue. You think that, hey, you know these text messages? Someone sends you a text message, he says, make dua for me. I'm going to take an example. My wife's gonna have a baby, and they'll send you a text message with the hands like this. Is this how we make dua? Muslims, we make dua like this? Christians, they make dua. People in the Orient, China, Japan, they do that out of respect. How do we make dua? Like this, like that, like this, like that, like that. But we'll send this thing like that because it's the popular culture that we live in. And this stuff supports atheism and kufr and all this stuff. That's why we have to make jihad. And those of you who are not married, you gotta get a good mujahideen lady, good mujahidah. She's gonna help you, not fight you. Don't get the Bollywood wife, get the mujahidah. Knowledge, student, not all that stuff. Good at it.
Assalamualaikum, Sheikh.